We are live. What is going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's popping? What is popping, GMG? How's everybody doing? Got on the Poetic Justice hat today. What's going on with you? 122 people. Let's win. Let's go. Let's go. Gang, gang. Gang, gang, gang. I love it. Can everybody see me right now? Let me know if everyone can see me. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Everyone can see me. Swaggy. Swaggy. Webinar starting at 8:30 today. Come on, let's go, let's go. Let's get some more people on, guys. Make sure you spread the link. Because I'm ready to get it rocking. I'm ready to get it popping. We're ready to get it rocking. If you are ready to get it rocking right now, what I want you to do is go into the GMG group on FB right now and drop some heat in the group and let me know that you're ready to start the webinar. Let people know that we're on the webinar. Go drop a comment in the Gold Minds page and let people know the webinar is starting right now. Okay? I'm excited to teach you guys some things. We're going to go over a bunch of different things. Gold. We're going to go over GJ today. We're going to go over UJ today. So we're going to kill it. We're going to kill it. And another thing that I really wanted to talk about, what most people don't talk about, is most people don't talk about psychology, right? They don't talk about like psychologically what's going on in the market and how it could be affecting you. Okay. Let me see some of these comments in the group, guys. Let me see some of these comments in the group. If you're ready, if you're 100% ready, drop it in the Facebook group. Come on, ready to start. I want to see some of these comments in the Facebook group. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. I'm giving you guys my time right here. This is the most valuable asset I have. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Let's go. Let's go. I got the new GMG treasure chest ring. See that? It's got a treasure chest on it. That's because we going places. We going places. We are the treasure. GMG, I am proud of you guys. Let's go. I'm ready to start the webinar. If you are not on in a few, then you're going to miss out. We're live now. We're live now. All right. All right. It's popping. Yes, let's hit 200. Let's hit 200. Let's just wait. Hey, webinar starting. Who's excited? Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about some things today. So we're going to get into it. But one thing I wanted to start off by saying is shout outs to everyone who has been rocking with GMG since 2016. Really appreciate you. Well, GMG actually started 2015, but it was really low key at that time. And then it kind of had blew up from there through Snapchat. So shout out to everyone 2016, 2015 who caught GMG all the way through. All the people that posted profits, all the people that made money. Shout out to you. Shout out to people that applied the tick, tick, boom strategy. Shout out to you guys. Everyone else who attended the webinar, everyone who showed love. I want to let everyone know that I appreciate you and that you guys are loved and extremely important. So I'm happy that you're taking your time out to really be on here and learn something and taking your trading seriously, because one thing I want to talk about is a lot of people in the niche per se you know, whatever. They take screenshots, they glorify the screenshots, and that's cool and everything. But at the same time, like, no one's showing you their losses. No one's showing you when they're down. Everyone is only showing you when they're up. And that's not completely fair, because no matter how consistent of a trader that you are, no matter what you do, you're still going to take losses. Even the biggest people in the world. I mean, it could be hedge funds, financial institutions, the greatest traders, George Soros, you know, they end up taking losses. So you have to understand that, like, and that's not just in FX, that's in any business that you do. You're pretty much you're gonna take a loss. So there's no glitz and glamour through it all. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have downtime. But the key is to staying consistent, and that's what most people won't teach you. The reason why most people can't stay consistent in this game and can't make money, can't get rich, is because they're doing one thing wrong, right? They're guarding their money, right? They're guarding their passwords, right? They're guarding all these different things, but they're not guarding their mind. They're not really realizing that the only thing that's stopping them is them. It's their mind. It's a battle between not them and the market. It's a battle between them and their minds and their inner self. And most people won't teach you that, because most people don't want you to know that, right? Like 90% of people won't be successful at all, right? Only the 10% will be successful. And then you look at people who are the 10% and you're like, damn, like, well, so what are they doing right that I'm not doing, right? They both have the same 24 hours in a day as you, both doing the same thing as you. You just have to think how they're doing it. How are they doing it? Okay. So I wanted to give you the breakdown of what's really hindering you. And I think what's hindering you is your psychology, is your brain, is how you think about certain things and how you make certain decisions, right? Because each decision that you make, no matter what it is, it could be deciding to get ham over turkey, or it could be something of getting Coca-Cola over Sprite. Whatever decision you make is going to alter your reality. It may not alter your reality 100%. Sometimes it may alter your reality 1%, 2%, 3%. Like, you may go drink water and then take that chance and then go get Coke and then get a kidney stone. And that small little thing altered your reality, right? So you have to really think about the decisions that you're making when you're on the chart, because they're going to financially alter your reality. All right. So let's get to it. All right. I'm going to pull up my screen and we're going to get it rocking like ASAP. Okay. Hey, let's go. So I'm going to pull this up. Let's go. Hey. Okay. Who's ready to rock? I'm ready to rock night now. My name is Dimitri and I came to get down. All right. How many people can see my screen? You can see my screen? Let me know. Can you guys see my screen? Type in the chat. Who can see my screen? Okay, everyone's saying yes. All right, perfect. Let's get it rocking. Okay. So you guys see my screen, you don't see me. Okay. Here's what I want to break down to you. So this chart on what you see, it pretty much is telling you about the market, right? So each and every single one of these candlesticks that you see are going to be able to tell you about what's happening in the market. That's the most important thing. And a lot of people don't realize that the key to winning is in the candlesticks. And the reason why I say that is because these candlesticks tell a story. Most people don't even know how candlesticks started. Most people don't know that Japanese people used these candlesticks and started trading rice with them. They were a measurement of rice to tell, to measure the stock of how much rice was left versus how much they were buying versus how much they were selling. It was originated in Japan, and that's why they're called Japanese candlesticks, right? But Steve Nixon is actually the one who started letting Westerners know about how powerful candlesticks were. And most people will overlook that when they're looking at this. Why? Because when most people look at this, they're looking at the fact of, oh, support and resistance, right? And you think that's trading. You think, oh, that's what it is, right? Or they'll say, oh, things like, oh, the market is making a W, and you'll think that's trading, and you'll think that's the only thing that you really need to know. But in reality, there's so much more that you need to know than that. And how do you find that, right? What is this frustration between you and yourself? You're probably asking yourself, like, why do you keep on losing? Why you're not making money? Why are you stuck in the same spot that you've been stuck in forever, right? Like, what is it that you're doing wrong? Have you ever felt that way? Like with anything, like what are you doing wrong? And you can't find out like how you can get from it. And you just go through this whole vicious cycle and you're not realizing that it's the smallest things that you're doing. So one thing traders don't talk about is candlesticks. That's one thing they'll never tell you about. Another thing that they'll never tell you about is psychologically how these moves are playing out each time, okay? Every single one of these candlesticks tell a story. The market tells a story. The reason why most people lose, 90% of Forex traders will lose, is because people don't pay attention to the story going on, okay? People don't pay attention to the story going on. They just see the fact that, oh, price did this and it did that and it made a reversal and it's dropping. They don't think, why did price do that? And what are buyers and sellers thinking? So let me break it down to you. Let me show you. Okay. So we're looking at gold right now. This is the gold asset. Okay. This is the gold asset. And price went all the way up to here, right? And wicked back. Okay. Let's observe this body. This whole body is about 21 pips, right? The market moves. It takes the market $1 billion to move 1 pip. So 21. This is a $21 billion move, right? Now the wicks here are 12, right? 12 pips wick back. So a little bit less than half of that candlestick wick back. So $12 billion wick back. So that's letting you know that price is going down because buyers are trapped right here. Now it depends on where you do it, right? It depends on the kind of wick back you're looking for, because this is showing you the volume. Now the wick back that you're looking for, okay, should be anywhere from 30 to 40 pips. Because anywhere if the market changes from like 35 pips to 40 pips, it lets you know that the market trend has changed, that the market is now going in a new direction. So if you are looking for 35 pips to 40 pips wick back, then you know that's going to be a good entry, because psychologically it's telling you that buyers were trapped at this level, right? Buyers were trapped at this level, and that's where they got stopped. And the same thing here. Look, price even wicked back at this level too as well. Psychologically, buyers came here, but then they got pushed down at this level. Buyers came here and got pushed down at this level. So what is this whole trend telling you? That buyers want to hit the top of this, right? Buyers are pushing, right? But because this is happening, this happened, this is letting you know that there's going to be a change in the trend. The reason why there's going to be a change in the trend, because buyers are now frustrated because they want to reach the top of this line of 1208, but they got wicked all the way back. So this is letting you know the trend is possibly changing, and buyers are pushing up their last route. Because what we see right here is also desperation. Like they're desperate to go up. So you can capitalize off of buyers and sellers' desperation to see how much they want to go up versus how much they want to go down. And you can see when the trend is changing. If you see a trend like this happening, okay, and then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars in, or maybe even 4 bars in, you see the trend start gasping for air, that means that the trend is going to change. Okay? See? Trend change. See? Trend change. See that trend change? Gasping for air, trend change. So you can psychologically find out when the trend is going to change just from the wicks of how the market moves. Is everybody with me? No one can see you here if you're here. They can't see you. So everyone's got that. Cool. Everyone's with me. Everyone's with me. Perfect. Perfect. All right. And what you have to realize too, okay, another thing I want to say to you is these candlesticks, right, that you see, these candlesticks are just like people, right? Because people have different body sizes, right? Some people are big. Some people are tall. Some people are small. Every single one of these candlesticks have a different body size. And the body size of the candlestick lets you know not about the person, right? So you're looking at someone's body size doesn't let you know that they're a good person or a bad person, but it lets you know about their habits, right? So if you see someone who's really big, then you'll know that that person is overweight. That person is not doing what it takes to be slim. They're not working out. If you see somebody who's working out and they're strong and their arms are big, then you can say, okay, this person is self-disciplined. You can make an assumption about that person's habits. And it's the same thing with these candlesticks. You could make an assumption about what price is going to do next based off of how the candlesticks were formed and how they played out, because they're telling you a story. So let me show you an example too. Okay. Like, for instance, most people see this and they think buy. They think, oh, I need to buy this, right? But this is like when you see a buying trend like this, don't just enter in. Wait until the retrace of the buy to come before you enter in, because psychologically, this is telling you that buyers are losing momentum. They gain momentum here, right? But once these little wick backs start coming, it's letting you know that the trend is going to change any moment. Okay? Cool. Just wanted to say that. Just wanted to make sure everyone was on that. So now I'm going to talk about what's volume and how to enter and exit a trade. Like how to find the perfect entry and how to find the perfect exit and how to psychologically think about it when you're doing it. Because here's the thing. Most people will bullshit to you. They'll say, oh, you can sell here, right? But thank God we have this instant replay button, because what are you going to do in different scenarios? You have to think. You're not every trade is going to be the same scenario, right? Every trade is going to have a different concept, a different thought, a different feeling. You're going to feel different about it. So when people say, oh, I'm just going to enter here, that doesn't make any logical sense. Okay, well, what would you do if this and this happened and this and that happened? Okay, because just because you see the trend like this doesn't mean that you're going to catch it like that. You may catch it like this. Like you may wake up and catch it like this. But that doesn't mean that that's what it's going to be. You could catch it like this as well. So when people say, oh, I would have entered here because of this and this, it's bullshit. It's not real. It's not a realistic way to think about trading. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you could have saw the market at any point in time. You could have saw it here. You could have woke up and saw it here at 3 a.m. in the morning versus you could have woke up and saw it here at 2 a.m. So you can't just tell someone, that they could have entered here or there. Okay. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Let me tell you why. All right. Now, for me, where would I have entered a trade? I'm going to show you how to enter, how to exit, and take a perfect setup. This right here, to me, okay, is a perfect setup right here. This example. The reason why this is a perfect setup is because one of two things, okay? This happening, I'm going to show you why I would have entered here, okay? The reason I would have entered here is one, these lines, right? Okay. These lines right here. This means that price is consolidating in this zone, right? So let's start all the way from where this trade originally started. We're not going to start here because anyone can start here and explain to you a trade. Let's start here from where everything first started out. So that way you can guide your psychology through the whole entire movement and understand why this makes sense. I can't just get on and say, oh, well, this makes sense that it would drop because this happened. That's bullshit. It's like, okay, you have to add up all of the data of what happened here before to know what's going to happen next. So here, price came up to hit this level at 1208, right? This is where price is quoted at 1208. Price then drops from 1208, and it's still in this zone, right? It's still in this zone between 1208 and 1203. So it's ranging in between the zone. It comes up to 1207, okay? Watch this. It comes up to 1207. Then after 1207, it swings this way, and it breaks through here, okay? Here's what psychologically happened, right, from the breakdown. Sellers came in here, right, and buyers wanted to push back up. So at this session, buyers pushed up. They pushed up. Look, they're trying to push up so hard at this level of 1207, but they can't. But they're getting pushed around at this support zone. Price comes up and touches 1207 again. It never touched 1207 here. It skipped that, and it made a lower low. It never came up and touched it here, right? It skipped it all these times, but after hours and hours, it came back and hit this level of 1207. So psychologically, that's letting you know that this level is a level that buyers are having frustration at. Buyers are frustrated at this level. So they want to buy at this level. So we're going to be looking for buys at this level because that's what they're telling us, right? That's what they're telling us. Look how much longer the top wicks are from the bottom wicks. Okay, they're pointing up more, which means that buyers have more influence. There's more bullish sentiment. Okay, so buyers come up here, and at this level, it breaks. Okay, trades like this that are like 12 pips, I wouldn't even bother taking because these are fear-based anxiety trades. They make you feel like you're missing out on the trend. And in reality, you're not, because trades like this are always going to happen. So notice how, like, you look at it and you're like, oh, I definitely would have took a buy and took profit there, right? But what happens if this same scenario was on this side and it wicked back? Then what are you going to do? Exactly. So this is a fear-based trade. Everything you see right here is a fear-based trade. I don't want to be in the middle of fear. I want to be after the fact of people getting wiped out. I want to capitalize off of other people's fear. So when people see this and they buy real quick, right? They buy, they're up. They say they're going to secure profit. They don't, right? They get up here. The trade goes all the way up. It wicks back, and they think that it's still going up. They will still think that it's going up. And look what happens. The trade crashes. Okay? The trade crashes. Now, once price broke out of this zone, psychologically, it let you know that, hey, price is moving to a new level that it recognizes. This is the level that price recognizes. Once price broke out of this consolidation zone, because this is the real zone, 1208 is the real zone, would you still buy? Would you still buy? Most people says, you know what? I would buy up to here because this is like a good resistance zone, and then get psyched out. This right here, I would sell right here, right below, actually right below the break of here. I would sell at the break below of here and not here. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this is letting me know that buyers were faked out. They pushed all the way up to the top, but look how the body formed. It's all about the body, people. The body formed very small. So this is letting you know buyers are exhausted. Sellers dominated this whole side of the trend. And notice what happened here also happened here, right? So they both happened at the same level, like at the same amount of force. All this line showed you, like, it doesn't matter about the support or resistance. That's not what's important. What's important is what happened at this zone. So what happened is buyers let a huge amount of volume up and broke towards this zone. So this zone between 1208 and 1207 and 1203 lets you know that these two lines are vulnerable, right? That these two lines are possible for sellers to break through. It doesn't matter about price hitting here and dropping or price hitting here and dropping. What it's telling you is that this line is vulnerable. Yes, it can be broken up or it can be broken down. So I would sell here. The reason why I'm entering here, okay? So I'm telling you, I'm explaining the trade and I'm telling you the reason why. The reason why I would enter here is because right below here is the last place that price held up. So I want price to break that resistance of what was once resistance, and I want price to break that support at the same time. And once I sell, I can sell right into this consolidation zone right here. And I'm going to take profit right here. Okay? Right here. Maybe even, because this was the lowest zone that price was, but I'm going to take profit here just to be conservative. And the reason why I'm going to take profit here is because price is consolidating. So psychologically, that means that price is slowing down at this level. So I want to secure my profit because I know not only are these two lines vulnerable, but also this is subject to slow up anytime. So let's see what happens. Okay, look what happened. You took profit and it slowed up. It slowed up. And most people say, oh, well, I'm going to stay in the trade. You're a liar. No, you wouldn't. Shut up. You're not going to stay in the trade. You're going to be panicking and you're going to be thinking, oh, I need to get out of my position now. Or you're going to be thinking, okay, maybe I could stay in my position, right? Because now you're being greedy. What I just showed you was greed, is that people will get greedy and they'll try to go the extra mile instead of setting a straight goal. I'm going to do this, this, and this. Follow your rules. If you follow your rules, you won't be emotionally affected by your own trades because you're following your rules. So you're building that habit of, you're building that emotion that's flustering you that you can't overcome because you're so used to trading out of your comfort zone. Like you'll do things that are like, oh, okay, I'll do this just this one time. And then you end up blowing your fucking account, and it sucks. So you always want to be having an enter and exit strategy. Because look what happened. You took profit here and price slowed up. Now psychologically, you're thinking, damn, buyers are coming back in. Let me close out my position. So then you close out. And then price turns around again. And you're like, you know what? It's going to be a sell. And then you sell again and you say you're only going to take profit here. And then price jumps all the way down and comes back up and you close out another losing position. Now you're just closing out position and taking trades for no reason, all based off one single trade where you could have literally just took it and exited it. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's see what happens. Then price comes back up. Okay. So this trade would have psychologically affected you all the way until here. How many people are on the same page as me? Let's rock. Let's rock. Okay. Let me show you another trade that I would have taken and what it's telling you. Okay. That's one trade. I'm going to go over two more. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. This is great. I like to sell. The reason why I like to sell is because selling is just my thing. I love it. I love the opportunity to sell. It's equivalent to climbing up a mountain. You climb up a mountain, you're going to be tired. You jump off a mountain, it's a free fall, right? So what I do is I capitalize on volume, right? So I look and I see, okay, price moved here 47 pips, right? 47 pips is the whole trade. And then price wicked back 28 pips. So out of that 47, 28 pips is gone. So $28 billion is gone. Half of the liquidity of the trade is out. So now I know that sellers are vulnerable here. Buyers are being trapped. Okay. And where am I going to enter? Where is the best place to enter? Okay. I'm going to enter here. Why am I going to enter here? I'm going to enter here because look what happened at this line. Look what happened at this level. Buyers came through and smashed it. Buyers came through and smashed this level. Look at the volume. Don't look at just the candlesticks. Look at the size of the candlesticks. Buyers came through and smashed this level. Okay. They smashed here. Okay. Look at what's happening at this zone. It's not about just support and resistance. It's about the activity that happened around this zone. So sellers came here, and this is the perfect entry because it's breaking this structure where all the volume is. So I'm trading and finding where these volumes, where the most volume is at. So boom, price goes there, and I'm securing profit right here. Why? Because look at this wick. This wick shot down and then came up here. So this letting me know that this is a danger zone. And this activity happened here, around here too. So I'm going to make sure that I secure profit. And on a trade like this, I would throw a bigger position. The reason why I throw a bigger position is because it's more of a sure shot trade. So I'm trading like a sniper. I'm entering the perfect entries of where I'm finding the price line is vulnerable. And then I'm exiting out where I see danger zones. Yeah, I'm still getting something. So just chill. Anyway, where was I? Okay. So, yeah, you guys understand that. That's perfect. Okay. Another thing is that I wanted to show you guys, okay, is how to spot a fake out, right? How do we spot a fake out? Okay. This is a perfect example. Okay. I like to trade on the daily too. And people like to wonder why I trade on the daily. And the reason why I trade on the daily is because the daily is going to give you more of a sure trend trade. So if you notice like a fake out, like how to know the trend is continuing for maybe like 80 more pips or 100 more pips, is you'll see trades like this. You'll see price go up, right? 135 pips. And then you'll see price go down 80 pips. But not realizing that, hey, price was already up. Like psychologically, if you ran for about 12 miles, like you're going to be pretty freaking tired, right? It's the same thing with price. Like if price goes up too high, it's going to be tired. So it's eventually going to have to come down. But that doesn't mean that that's going to be what the overall trend is going to be forever. So I don't like to trade retraces. Like I don't trade trades where I'm like, okay, well, because it bounced back to the bottom, I'm going to sell. I like to be in the trend that is the true trend. So that removes the fear from me being caught in a sell. So if I see something like this, let's just say this happens and then this happens and I catch it after, I know that the price is going to continue going up, that the fake out already happened here. So I'm more likely to stay into the buy trend, right? So look what happened. 200 pips. Okay. And it's the same thing here. See how that fake out happened? It went up for 68 pips, but it dropped 200 pips. Psychologically, price has to drop 200. A price has to come back up 68 more pips if it dropped 200. Like you're going to get a glass of water if you just ran 12 miles because you're tired. So I look where price is vulnerable, which is here. And I would sell at the break of here into this level, like right here. And that's how I'm able to catch such large moves because of how my brain is operating during the trade. Like I'm not just taking a trade to trade. I'm taking a trade because it psychologically makes sense. Okay. I'm going to go over 2 more examples and then we're out. Okay. Looking at the body, a body like this. I like to capitalize off of bodies that are very small and that like they're at the top of an uptrend. So if you see like a doji like this, like a cross at the top of an uptrend, I like to enter in those trades at the break of here. The reason why I like to enter them at the break of here is because you get in the true movement. Because here it could hit and then wick back, and now you're psychologically like feeling emotional. You're like, I need to close a trick. Like you can't gas. Like, so at the break of structure, I find a good structure break and I find a fresh zone. So at a nice fresh zone, I'm going to enter in on price. I'm going to enter here. Okay. Let me show you a really good fresh zone that I took on the weekly. Okay. For instance, right here. Okay. I'm going to talk about consolidation. Now, people think consolidation is a bad thing, but let me show you how I'm analyzing this trade. Okay. How I'm analyzing this trade is this. Price pushed all the way up, right? So here's what I do. I identify what happened before looking at the current trend. So price pushed all the way up. It came back up to this level. It never came back down past this level. This was the lowest level. From there, it moved up, right? So now price dropped here and then it moved up. Okay. And this was the highest point that price went during this whole consolidation phase, right? So I know something's about to happen because when consolidation is happening on the weekly, it's extremely powerful because each and every single one of these, each and every single one of these candlesticks, are letting you know that buyers and sellers are frustrated, okay? And here's what it's telling you. Look, buyers are pushing up, buyers are pushing up, buyers are pushing up, buyers are pushing up, but they never came back to 1215. They never came back to this level, right? So if it breaks, I'm going to buy at 1218, okay? If it breaks, I'm going to buy at 1218 because 1218 is the support. And if it drops at 1180, I'm going to take profit here because this is the danger zone. Okay. So that's about a good 208 pips. And psychologically, I'm going to take that because price recognizes this level. And I'm going to exit here because it spiked back up here. So when you see a spike like this in the market, you don't actually have to take it all the way to the bottom. You can take little increments of it on the weekly because you don't know where the spike is going to spike back up. It could spike back up here. It could spike back up here. So at the break of this, you could probably secure profit like right here and still make 113 pips. Okay. And one last thing. Okay. So when price is consolidating, it's not a bad thing. All it means is that all that means is that buyers and sellers don't know where they're going, right? They're indecisive. It's like you trying to figure out what color shirt you want to wear in the morning. Am I going to wear a red shirt or am I going to wear a blue shirt? Am I going to wear a red shirt or blue shirt? You're not going to go into work naked, so you're going to have to make a decision. And ultimately, that decision that you make is going to be the shirt that you're wearing for the rest of the day. And it's the same thing with price. When price changes and it's in consolidation, ultimately, when it breaks out of consolidation going up or breaks out of consolidation going down, it's going to continue in that trend. So take a look at this example. This is the lowest price was at. So I'm not trading the break of this. Okay. I'm not trading this. I'm trading the break of this because this is where price is vulnerable. This is the lowest point it was in a consolidation. So I trade the low, the last low of where the consolidation phase first started. And look what happens. It breaks out. and price drops. But I probably would have secured profit like right here.
No, excuse me, this customer. Okay? You know? Over there. Over there.
Okay. So that was pretty much what we were gonna go over. How many people thought that was heat? Okay. You guys have to realize this, like, it's really not that hard to be a successful trader. The only thing that's stopping you from being a successful trader is the fact that you do not know how to psychologically look at the market. You're not realizing that every single trade that you take, you have to look at it with a grain of salt. What is this saying? What are buyers saying here? Well, buyers are exhausted at this level. Buyers are exhausted here. This is showing you the frustration of buyers and how they want to pull up, right? You have to be able to read the market and what it's telling you, because it's telling you a story, but most of us don't know, right? Most of us don't know. So most of you will be successful. Most of you can win, and most of you can make money trading. The only problem is you. Most people can predict the direction 70% to 80% of the time, whether price is going up versus price is going down. So don't let that stop you from like winning your own emotion. The real battle is between you and yourself. It's not between you and the market. The market is going to do what it wants to do. The real battle is between you. So, I mean, that's how I would definitely look at it. Take it with a grain of salt. This is definitely going to be recorded. I was going to go over a little bit with the GJ, but I'm a little bit pressed for time. So I am going to peace out. And I hope you guys enjoyed the webinar. Also, if you want to get learn more stuff, I'm going to do another webinar next week. And also there's the 5-day course that you guys could drop on. If you guys want to check that out, the 5-day course is pretty dope. We had a lot of great success stories. We had Mabu, who did 29,000 in a week. She did about 9,000 a week using the strategies that we had. So it's doing good. Taylor's been making a good like $500-600 a day. Adam's been killing 15,000. There's way more strategies that I'm using to attack the market. So it's amazing what we're doing and what we're learning here. And it's really sad that a lot of people in the niche don't teach people about psychology. They don't teach them the importance of how to read an actual chart pattern and how to psychologically digest what buyers and sellers are doing. So that's what I like to give as a teacher. That's what I like to give as a motivator. It's let you guys to know the truth. Like, you're not going to get rich off support and resistance. Like, you're not going to get rich off of like these little stuff that they're telling you. It's more in depth. It's more deeper than you actually think. So that's what I wanted to say. But if you would love the webinar, if you think you got a really good breakdown, let me know. I just had to restart the videos for the videos that I was going to put out. I had to restart the videos. It kind of sucks. Yeah, I had to restart the videos. It kind of sucks. They got erased from my computer. So I'm restarting. I re-recorded another video. I put it up. So that'll be on the course that I dropped. But I appreciate everyone for getting on this webinar. I really hope you like the little breakdown that I gave you about the volume, and so you can kind of understand, so I appreciate you. If you really love the heat that you got, please drop some fire in the Facebook group. And if you don't know the Facebook group, it's literally right here, okay? It's right here, GMG. This is the Facebook group, okay? Guys are in there. We got a few thousand people rolling in deep in there, which is dope. But drop some heat. Let me know what you thought. of the webinar. And let's get it popping. So I appreciate you guys. This will be recorded, so you could always watch it again. Don't forget, don't email me. Like, just hit me up on Facebook if you want to know about the 5-day, because like going through the emails, like people don't put their last name, so I don't know really who's who, and I can't answer everyone back, you know. So hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Instagram, the Gold Father _. That's my Instagram name, the Gold Father, not Gold Father, the Gold Father _. Okay, that's me, the Gold Father _. Okay, so follow me on there. Drop some heat in the FB group of what you thought of the webinar tonight. I appreciate you, and I'm out. So, peace.